Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek and I am Penge, and it's time for more Rimworld, where we continue the story of our 8 colonists, their 2 muffalo, their 2 camels, and of course Michael the dog. And you might notice everything looks a little bit green. It looks very unpleasant out there, and that's because we are suffering from some toxic fallout. A distant chemical fire has released a plume of poison over this entire region. How lovely. Anybody not under a roof will be slowly sickened by the toxic dust settling out of the atmosphere. And the worst bit about this is that last line, where it says it will last anywhere for between a few days, I could cope with that, to over a season. That's just crazy. So we could have a whole season of this thing, this toxic sort of a cloud living over us. That would be very troublesome indeed. Now, there are a few things that I need to do. There's one very important thing that I need to do, and that is to stop people going outside. Because when they go outside, and that includes the colonists themselves and also the animals, they're going to get covered in this toxic fallout, and eventually it's going to make them ill, and then they are going to die. So people in the comments have been very keen to sort of point out that I need to sort this out. That was always on my agenda, to stop them going outside. This thing here does tell us this. It says, yes, you need to make sure that they don't go outside because everyone's going to die. So, yeah, that's the first thing we're going to do. And then we've got a few other bits and bobs that we need to get sorted as well. Now, the only kind of saving grace about this is that we do have plenty of food. We've got ourselves 83 simple meals prepared, and we've got absolutely loads of other food. We've got 1,204 units of rice, 807 potatoes. I'm going to assume they've counted them individually. So 807 potatoes, 547 corn, and 49 berries. And we've got 189, I assume that's alpaca meat. Yes, 189 units of alpaca meat as well. So in terms of food, we're looking pretty good. We're okay for food. So it's not like we need to go outside and grab the sort of crops out of the ground or go hunting or anything like that. So we should be okay for that. The only thing is, what is going to happen to our crops? Because they're going to be covered in all sorts of radioactive grot. Are we going to end up with radioactive potatoes or something? I don't know. Are they like self-baked? I have no idea. Maybe we don't need to put them in the oven because they're already so hot and glowing from the radiation. We can just snack on them straight away. I do not know. So first things first, let us get a new zone created. And we're just going to call it Stay Indoors, I think. That's what we're going to call it, because we need them to not go outside, because I don't want everyone to die. We've not come this far for them people to wander outside in the toxic fallout and die. So let's create a new zone. So a new zone, is it in here? No, hang on, manage areas. Here we go. Right, a new area. So let's do this. So area 1, no. Let's call it stay indoors and don't die. Stay indoors and don't die. Exclamation mark. There we go. So the stay indoors and don't die area now needs to be expanded because it probably doesn't exist at all. So you can all stay indoors and that's absolutely fine. I don't mind you staying indoors. It's lovely indoors. Do you know what? It's not too bad now, actually. The actual sort of beauty and stuff of the inside is probably not too bad. So we want that to be like that. And that is all the indoors stuff. So that's that zone created. And then we want to tell everybody to just live inside for a bit. And that includes the animals. So the animals all need to stay indoors as well. Everybody just needs to stay inside. So Croc, I assume Croc is going to run back inside. Marvellous. And they're all coming in as well. Wee Hours is in absolute defiance of that. Oh no. Hang on, that means the animals are... No, hang on, right. No, we need... Hang on. We need an area for the animals, an indoors area for the animals, an indoors area for the people. Yeah, that's not going to work, because now the animals are going to be going into people's bedrooms, and that might make people uncomfortable. If, you know, at 3 in the morning you wake up and there's a camel leaning over you, breathing into your ear, that might be a little bit strange. So, right, hang on. Let's sort that out again. Let's manage an area. Hang on. We do have an indoor... Oh, indoors because it is cold. But that means they can wander around everywhere. Yeah, I want them to stay in this area. Let's manage that area just there. I know that's for people, isn't it? That's for people. Hang on, we need an animals area. Yeah, I thought for some reason they split them up, but clearly they do not. Manage areas. Let's create a new area and call it, rename, Stay Indoors and Don't Die Animal. Oh, I can't fit it in. Okay, animal... What do we call this? Animals indoors, please. Dot. There we go. Animals indoors, please. So now we'll set you guys to be indoors. And we shall now change that area. So we need to clear the stay indoors and don't die area. No, we don't know, because that's for the people. That's for the people. Hang on. No, we don't need to do that. But expand animals indoors, please. The animals can go here. That's where the animals can go. In fact, do we even want them to go near the doors? I don't even think we want them to go near that door or that door or that door. But they can stay in that area. So they can wander around and look at all the junk we've got. They can go and look at the batteries and they can get to their own food. Marvellous. And now we want to tell those guys, yeah, animals indoors, please. And then the people. So now the people are in that area. Right, okay. Now, do we need all these other zones? Do we need all those other zones? That's where the muffalo roam. That's fine. That's quite a... Well, I think it's a big area. So that should be okay. We'll keep that. Michael the dog outside. Okay, yeah, we need that. Michael the dog inside. Okay, no, I'm not too fussed about that now. Maybe we could get rid of that. I don't know. And then indoors because it is cold. Yeah, we might as well get rid of... Can we get rid of indoors because it is cold? Can we get rid of that now? Because we've already got stay indoors and don't die. So we might as well have indoors because it is cold. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. That's absolutely fine. That makes that a little bit easier to administer as well. Okay, right. So that's the first thing done. So let's just see what people are doing. Right, so wee hours... Right, you guys... Why are you outside? Come inside. There's radioactive fallout out there. So, yeah, there you go. Marvellous. You've come indoors. So everyone can keep... they'll be very busy. They'll be keeping busy. There's stuff to harvest in here. They're getting more rice because we need some more rice. So we've got lots of stuff going on. Now, one thing we can do, now we've got the machining table, is we could... That is... What's that? Grid excess stored. Oh, right. Okay. No, I see. I thought that was this table doing something. But what we could do is we can now disassemble this, can't we? Can't we now dismantle this Lancer thing? Because we've got this table. And I think that means we can start removing this thing. We can take it apart. So who would like to do that? Who would love to go and do some of that? Mags, you look like the kind of person who would like to do that. Oh, you want to go and eat some food first. Do you know what? Oh, hang on. Beryl's not doing anything. Beryl is just sort of idling. Beryl, would you like to dismantle a thing? Right, how do we do that? Disassemble Mechanon. Oh my goodness me, we can make all sorts of cool things in here. I'd never noticed this. I don't even know what a fire foam shell is, but it sounds amazing. It doesn't even tell me what one of those is, but okay, fine. Let's disassemble a mechanoid and do forever. Just whenever there's a mechanoid, take it to be disassembled. And let's see who does that. In fact, now there's an order for that. Shall we go and actually do that? Oh, you're not assigned to smithing. Oh, this is smithing. Right, let's see if anybody is assigned to smithing. Okay, the amazingly talented Colonel is okay for that. So smithing, just there, they've got 8 out of 20. Let's put them back down to a 2. Also, something that a few people have said is put bed rest at 1 for everybody. So they will go and have a little lie down. If they're injured, they will go and do some bed rest. So I've switched that over. So now, maybe Colonel will go and start dismantling this thing. Because Colonel is quite good at that. I think Colonel's doing some cooking right now. That's just 10 milk that's being cooked. Now, I got some people in the comments last time when I said, hang on, you're cooking milk and rice together. What nonsense is this? And everyone went, that's rice pudding, Pens, you fool. And I went, oh yes, that's a good point. However, that was just 10 units of milk. That is not a simple meal. That is just some warm milk. That's what my kids have before bed. Maybe that's what it's for. Right, Kunik, you're going to go do some research. I want Colonel to go and work on this. Now, where are you going? Are you going to go and grab the mechanoid? No, you're cooking a simple meal. Colonel, I want you to go and dismantle this robot. I want to see what we get from this. So let's speed time on. Let's see how long... Oh, it doesn't take very long at all. So we got ourselves, what's that? Some steel, by the look of it. And some components that I can't quite click on. 1 component. Oh, okay. That's not quite as gloriously brilliant. Oh, hang on. And 4 plasteel. Ah. Okay, that's a good thing. That sounds like a very good thing to have. We've already got 1 unit of it just there, I think. Yeah, so there we go. In total, we shall have a mighty 5 units of plasteel. Yay! Okay, so I have my little checklist of things to do that people have suggested in the comments from the previous video, or things that I've just kind of thought, oh yeah, I need to make that happen now. So again, with the comments, thank you very much for the comments. Rimworld receives an awful lot of comments, which I always expected it would, because lots of people have played Rimworld, lots of people know how it works, so there are loads and loads of comments. I do try and kind of take them all into account, but I probably do forget things, or I might overlook things and stuff like that, or there might be something where I sort of think, oh, okay, fine, maybe maybe I won't do that right now. But believe me, I'm sort of taking them into account. I might forget them though. So if I'm not actually actioning something you said, so if you're there going, hang on a minute, I told you to build XYZ just there, and I haven't done it, it's not intentional. You know, I'm not being mean. I'm not doing it to sort of go, haha, look how I'm not listening to you. It's probably just because I've forgotten, because I have a terrible memory. So I have written down a few things. So one thing that we're going to do is to switch the freezers down a bit, because now we don't need this room. This room is minus 15 degrees C. So our coolers don't really need to be targeting that because they're using a lot of power. So let's just knock them down. Oh, hang on a minute. No, let's knock them to minus 10. So they can both be just minus 10, and the ones up here can be set to minus 10 as well, because as long as it's frozen, it doesn't matter how frozen it is. Whether it's minus 1 degree or minus 50 degrees, the food will still be frozen. So that's fine. So now that saves us a little bit of power, I would expect. Anyway, I assume it uses a little bit less power because we're making it work less hard. We're only making it go down to minus 10 rather than minus 20. So that might help a little bit with some power. And a few people have pointed out that when we had a bit of a food crisis, all those months ago when we didn't have any of this lovely, delicious food, we took a lot of the training off of the animals because people were using the food to train the animals rather than, you know, sustain themselves and keep them alive. So what we might do now is we could switch the training back on. So tameness. Yeah, okay, let's do that and do obedience. That could be useful. I would like to be able to get these things, but yeah, maybe we need to get obedience first. So yeah, you there, Sasquatch and Abrexus, you can both be trained. And also Bristly. I'd like Bristly to be trained as well in both those things. And do you know what? Let's do that. We've got loads of food left. We've got loads of food. I don't imagine they take up that much food. It was just obviously when they had no food at all and then they were giving it to the animals. That was bad. How is this going? Oh, it's ready to harvest. All of this stuff is ready to harvest and we've got toxic fallout over our heads. That's unfortunate. And there's a few whole... Yeah, look, it's... this toxic fallout is 83% our heal route was. 83%. And now it's dying because it's been covered in toxic stuff. So yeah, our plants are wilting and dying. It looks like our vegetation is being killed, which is sort of what I expected, given that there is a load of nuclear sort of toxic waste dust on top of it. But this is the disappointing thing. These heal root have been growing for so long. They've been growing for ages, weeks and weeks and weeks. And then just at the point, 83%, they probably needed, what, another 3 days maybe? And then they would have been able to be harvested and we could have had lots of lovely medicine. But no, Rimworld, being Rimworld, has come in and has caused more trouble. I think another plant's gone from there as well. So, yeah, this isn't helping. Now, I don't know if it's just because it's the fallout that's killing them or whether it's just because we've not got anybody tending to them. But whatever the case, it's not really helping. So this fallout is indeed being quite troublesome. Now, something else that was pointed out in the comments that was very, very interesting indeed was that traders will always buy art pieces. So if we just craft ourselves a couple of art bits and just make it out of whatever, granite. We've got loads of granite blocks. So if we make ourselves a couple of art bits out of granite blocks, we pop them in the storage area. So we can't deploy them like we have here in these rooms. They have to be in the storage area. A trader will come by and traders apparently will always buy the art, which means that we could either sell them for a lot of money or we could give them the art and then get some goods back as well. So we could get ourselves some medicine or some weapons or whatever. So I think that's a good idea. So let us make a small sculpture and let's make a it's small, large and grand. Where's medium? I don't know. Do one of those and one of those then. And that one can be made out of... not steel. I don't want you to use the steel to make that. You could use wood. I'd rather you used stone blocks, if I'm completely honest. Yeah, make the small sculpture out of whatever. There's loads of them. It needs 50 ingredients. We've got so much stuff. And then in terms of the large sculpture, I would quite like the same. Oh, that's sandstone. Yeah, okay. Why not? Make it out of sandstone. Yeah. Do that, please. We've got loads of limestone, loads of granite blocks. And yeah, somebody else in the comments said, when are you going to start building this fabled granite wall? Because I keep threatening to build a wall and then actually never building it. But there we go. At some point, we will build the granite wall. What I would like to do is, this area here, it has no flooring. And I don't like that. I'd like there to be some flooring. So let's sort this bit out. Now, I know it doesn't need it, but I would like it to have flooring. I think it makes the place just look tidier. I don't like the fact that there's just sort of mud flooring. And we'll put it in the battery room as well. So what have we got a lot of? Limestone. Not got so much sandstone. We've got loads of limestone. So let's get ourselves some limestone floors. And that's what that is down there, isn't it? I mean, the tiling is a little bit all over the place. there's granite there, there's sandstone there, and there's going to be limestone here. But do you know what? I don't care. I'm not bothered. I'm not going for a sort of a pretty aesthetic look. So let's get ourselves some flooring. Let's not have sandstone. Let's have limestone floor. And let's see if we can make this work. So we want a bit in the door and a bit in the door. And one there. We'll have a bit there and a bit there. Drag all that in. So that's 108. That's going to be 196. Have we got enough blocks to do the whole thing? I think we have. Oh, marvellous. Yes, and we'll pop a bit in that doorway as well. So that'll give them something to do. That'll give the our little colonists something to do because nothing much else is going on. That's got sandstone tile under it. Yeah, everything is looking nice. I mean, apart from the horrible toxic fallout that's creeping over there, everything is looking nice. Ah, yes, another thing we need to do. We need to make a double bed, don't we? We need to make a double bed for Colonel and Croc, I think it was, wasn't it? Hang on a minute. Was it Colonel and Croc? So sure. Love it. Yes, Colonel and Croc wanted a double bed. Now, where are their rooms? Which one is Colonel's room? That's wee hours. That is Hull. Which one was Colonel's room? This top one up here? Yeah, that's Colonel's room. So maybe we'll change that. So let's move that somewhere. Maybe we could move that down into here because that's Croc's room, isn't it? Oh, that's a poor wooden bed. Do you know what? Let's just deconstruct that. Let's just get rid of that. We don't want that anymore. So let's take that. We'll move that bed down into here when that one is deconstructed. And then we'll make a double bed up in that room and we'll assign Colonel and Croc to be in the double bed, which surely is going to affect their mood. They've got to be very happy. Oh, it's just so sad. Our heel route is just falling apart. Rimworld, please will you let me have a season where nothing affects the crops? The first year we had a massive cold snap which froze everything to death. And now we've got toxic fallout which is making everything just sort of fall apart, I guess, just due to extreme radiation. So yeah, this is all making me a bit sad. Croc, can you come and dismantle your own bed, please? You're not assigned to construct. Oh, all the constructing people are going to be in here, aren't they? Doing constructy stuff. Do you know what? Beryl, I'm going to abstract you away to go and do that. Go and take this bed apart, please. Because that means we can then move some stuff on. Right, okay, so that's that done. Right, grab the good bed. And we'll reinstall that down into here. So let's put that bed there. Croc is probably coming and gone, where is my bed? What is going on here? And then we'll put another bed in here as well. So let's go to furniture, get ourselves a regular bed that I suddenly can't see there. So 45 wood. I mean, I don't know where does the sort of fabric come from when making a bed? It requires 45 wood. Does it not need any sort of, sheets or anything? So let's put 3 beds in there. It's not a very big room, but if we put 3 beds in, then we might be able to have guests. Because I think that was mentioned in the comments as well, that we might be able to have some guests stay over if we create some beds. So we'll do that. And then up here, we want to create eventually when they do it. So there you go, Jova. Well done. We now want to go in and make a double bed. Do we give them a royal bed? Oh, no, that's 50 gold. No, that's a little bit excessive. Let's not give them that. Can we make it out of something that is not wood? Right, pause time for a second. A sandstone double bed. So we can make it out of wood, which seems to me to be the sensible approach. We could make it out of silver. That would be a bit wasteful. Gold, steel, plasteel, wood, sandstone or granite. I mean, a sandstone bed sounds horribly uncomfortable. It sounds really awful. But, I mean, is it better somehow? Beauty 2 for a sandstone double bed. Hang on, what if we said, okay, we're just going to do a wooden bed. A beauty of 2. Oh, that's absolutely fine. Do you know what? We'll just make a wooden bed. It doesn't. I think it's a bit weird having a bed made out of stone. it's like we live in a cave or something. Right, and let's pop that. I think we should put that down here. I think we put it in the corner, and that means then we can move that. So let's reinstall that just there next to the bed. In fact, no, not there. Oh no, hang on. Cancel that, and cancel that. Right, because they're probably going to want one each. They're going to want one little sort of bedside table thing each. So let's make a wooden double bed. Let's do this properly. Let's put that there. We'll move that to, hang on, firstly build a copy, put the copy there, and then move that one to just there. Yes, and there we go. They've got a little bedside table each. And then I need to assign that to the right people. And then that will be a job well done. They're still working very hard on this. Look at it. Oh, it looks so much better with flooring in. It just looks better. It looks just a nicer, higher quality of establishment. Right, they're building the beds. That's a good quality bed. I think, is that the one from up here though? Right, and they've got some of the wood in there. Oh no, do we have enough wood to build the bed? Oh dear. Right, have we got enough wood? We might not have enough wood to build all the beds. Yeah, that is a problem, isn't it? Yeah, I just told them to remove beds and now we have no wood to replace them with build the new beds. Okay, right, that was an oversight on my part, and that's fine. I'm not entirely sure how we can do this, but we have made some small sculptures, so yay, that's nice. In fact, where's the blurb for the sculptures? I like these. So the granite small sculpture, a torso-sized piece of material sculpted into an artistic form. Darkness of chaos. This sculpture bears a portrayal of 3 blades. The style is complex and realistic with impressionistic elements. That is not as funny as the other ones. Can we have funnier descriptions, please? And gunsmithing has been researched. Okay, so back to our research screen. Now, there are a few things that we now need to look at. So I still want to get down to gun turrets. Lots of people have said, you could build some gun turrets and they will defend your base for you. You might want to go out and help out a bit, but at least you've got an extra bit of support. However, drug production could be a useful thing because that lets us build a bit of drug lab for basic drug synthesis, and down here we can make medicine, so produce standard industrial tech medicine by combining herbal medicine, nutroamine and cloth. Now we haven't got any cloth right now. We could, well, I say could if we weren't under a cloud of radioactive dust, we could possibly grow some sort of cloth plants or some cotton plants or whatever. Cloth plants? Cotton plants, probably. So we could grow some of those. That might take a little while. That might take a while to do. How do we do with the pemmican? I'm not so bothered about getting that now. Tree sowing, we did a little bit of that as well. We've done a little bit of everything. We've done little bits of research. Let's do blowback operation. Let's continue with our plan to get gun turrets. I think that's going to be the best thing that we can do in the immediate future. What is a smoke pop belt? Build smoke pop belts which generate an automatic defensive smoke screen when the user is shot. Oh, that's quite fun. Oh, so when they get shot, a load of smoke pops out, and then they presumably they are harder to target because they're covered in smoke. Okay, that's quite fun. Yeah, let's get blowback operation right now. So we'll sort that out. Yeah, now I feel a little bit silly that we haven't got enough wood to make the bed. We've not got enough wood to make the bed, yet they've made that bed. Yeah, and they've put 30 wood into that bed. Okay, can we cancel this? Cancel that. That gives us 30 wood. Is that going to be enough to do that? 47, 50, 77, no. Oh, bother. Okay, right. Are there any walls that we can deconstruct? Maybe we could deconstruct that wall and replace it with something else. There's a plan. Right, let's do that. Let's deconstruct this wall. So get rid of this wall, because we're going to replace the walls anyway with nice stone walls. So yeah, let's deconstruct that wall, please. Take that out. That'll give us some wood, and then we'll replace it with, yeah, it was sort of this stone, wasn't it? What's that? Limestone. Have we got much limestone left? Where are the blocks? Blocks, blocks, blocks. Oh, we have no limestone left? Is that what I'm seeing from that? We have entirely no limestone blocks at all. Okay, we'll have to build it out of sandstone then. Or granite or something. But whatever the case, we'll just get rid of that. We'll get rid of that wall for now. Have we actually got no... Have we used up... Oh no, there, look. We clearly ran out of limestone. We've got 1 limestone block left. Oh, okay, right, fine. Oh, and everyone's just... Oh no, where are the other 2 sleeping? Just... Oh no, they're sleeping in the beds down here because they're available. Okay, that's not so bad. There you go. Croc and Colonel, you're lovers, but you're in separate beds, and I'm watching to make sure there's no funny business going on, you two. Okay, they've taken the wall down, so now let's put the wall back in. Now let's put the wall in and make it of something that's not wood. So yeah, what do we have then? Hang on, come out of that a second. So we've got ourselves, yeah, quite a bit of sandstone and a lot of granite. So let's go for a sandstone wall. This place is going to just look an absolute mess, but that will do the job. And that means we have wood to take up to here to build a bed. So hopefully somebody at some point will get on with that. I'm thinking, is anyone going to go and build that bed? Are we going to go and build the bed or not? Come on, go and build the bed. Then they can get a bed and it's all fine. There you go, a bit of kibble going in, which is marvellous news. Can somebody please finish this bed? Croc, finish your own bed. Need material. Hang on, need material what? Wood. There's plenty of wood, isn't there? Hang on, there's loads of wood. Where did all that wood just go? There's 24 wood just there. Go and use that wood to build your own bed. I'm doing it for your own good. Oh, I see the problem. It's not enough. So 24 wood would get us to, what, 47, 51, 61, 71. So we need to dismantle some more walls. Okay, this wall here looks good for dismantling. Who cares about this wall right now? So let's just take that wall out, and that'll give us enough wood, and then we can replace it with the sandstone. It'll all be fine. And of course, yeah, replacing it with stone walls makes everything less explodey and less flammable, so that'll be fine. So yeah, let's take out this wall. Now, there was something where people were saying, oh, you don't want to take out walls because the ceiling might fall in, like the roofs might fall in. Let's do it in little stages. We'll do it in stages just in case that happens. So I think if I just do maybe those 4 bits, and then we'll take them out, and then we'll replace them with a sandstone wall, and we'll just sort of do it in sections. Now, hopefully, is that going to be enough wood? Yes, that might be enough wood finally to make that work. Right, and then we'll carry on doing it like that. So there's, let's do 5 of those. So they can take them out and then put sandstone wall in. And then the last bit is going to be that corner. So we'll do it for that corner once they're done. Yes, this looks much better like that. And then we'll put the door in and then we'll be sorted. Oh, they're very efficient. And I don't know what the doors are hinged onto when we take the walls away, but okay. Right, and now there is a double bed. Okay, right, so pause, pause, pause. This bed here, set owner, let's have then Croc, and because it's a double bed, Colonel. So Croc and Colonel have now got their own little sort of love nest. However, the power to the entire base has fallen apart. Why is there no power? Oh, have I drilled through? Have I removed some sort of power lines? That wasn't my intention. I just want to remove the walls, not the power lines. Oh, I might have just ruined everything. Okay. Right, okay. That's fine. We'll work on that in a second. So these beds down here, this can be our guest room. So we don't have it as prisoners. We'll just have it with no owners. And this can be our little guest area, which is quite nice. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Right, let's figure out what I've done with the power. What have I done? What idiotic thing have I done? Ah, right, they've removed the thing from there. The one power conduit from just there. We should put that back in, really. And just to make sure that doesn't really happen again, I'm going to run some power across here. I want that to be connected. I like having sort of things that connect up properly. There we go. Right, all the power's back on. Everything can start growing again. And we'll stop that happening again by having another sort of alternative sort of electricity flow route type thing. Oh, and they've done it already. Oh my goodness me. The advantage of having everybody inside is that they can do stuff so quickly. They do stuff very quickly. Rabbit, are you fine? You're healthy. Oh no! Oh no! You're not healthy. You're not healthy at all. There is a toxic build-up in your body, and it is serious. And you're losing consciousness. The only thing I'm thinking is, are lots of animals going to be dead? That male tortoise is unconscious, and it's got asthma as well as a toxic build-up. I mean, when this toxic fallout clears, are we going to be able to just go and get ourselves loads of meat? Because everything is going to be pretty dead. There's a dead doe. There's a dead buck. That is absolutely... Oh, look at it. It's killing everything. Apart from that rat. That rat has just fallen unconscious. Okay. Yeah, it's getting bad out there. So I'm quite glad we're inside. These things look... What on earth is that? It's... Oh, right. That's why. It's rotting. That's why. Oh, the poor muffalo that are stuck outside. Yeah, there's toxic building up in those as well. So if it could go away about now, it'd be good if the toxic fallout could just... You know, leave me alone now. That'd be great. Could it just clear off? Because then we can go and get ourselves loads of meat, which would be brilliant. And yeah, we could go and start keeping our crops alive because our crops are now just utterly deteriorating. Look, this hay grass is ready. It's ready to harvest. I might send someone out to just go and get one piece of hay. Go and harvest that. Now, I wonder if they defy my orders, because I've told them to go outside. I wonder if they ignore me and go out and, yeah, go outside because I've given them an explicit order. Or I wonder if they, you know, abide by my restrictions and they go, no, I'm not going outside. Oh, hang on. There we go. Look, they're both in the same bed. Now, I'm not spying on you. I'm just going to look at the needs. Are they happy? Opinion of my lover, Colonel. You're impressive. You're quite comfortable. Spacious interior. Mediocre barrack. I sleep in a mediocre barrack with other people around. Oh, no, okay. That was when you had to sleep down here. That's absolutely fine. Right. Okay. Things are looking pretty good, apart from all the crops dying, which is a little bit sad. But apart from all the crops being dead, everything is looking all right. Okay, the screen just shook then. Ah, there is a fire. Now, this could be an issue. I don't want to send people outside. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, it's one of the things. It's one of the boomalopes. Oh, they really do explode, do they? Okay, right. Yeah, so that boomalope must have just died, and it's now exploded. Okay, yeah, I wonder what that was. The screen shook ever so slightly. Now, this could be an issue if it comes toward us. It's not raining anymore. I'd like the fire to just go out, please. Yeah, there we go. It's not really spreading, is it? It's just going to burn a few trees down. They're just going to be sort of burnt, sticky trees. And, yeah, there we go. Will it burn out? They're very resilient trees there. Okay, fine. That'll just go away. I assume other boomalopes are also going to be exploding as well. A caravan request. A nearby settlement, ergo. They want simple helmets. They're going to send us marine armour. I want to make the trade send a caravan with the requested supplies. It takes 1.6 days. I'm not really into doing all that right now. I'm not really into doing all that. Do you know what? Yeah, it's fine. I'll bear it in mind. Thank you. Pretty much everything across the entire map is either dead or unconscious. Up here, look. There are many dead things. Big, dead ibex rams. These are unconscious. There's unconscious alpacas. Dead alpacas. Over here there was something dead. Oh, I don't know where it was. There, look, are dead. Even the rats are dying. Even the hardy, resilient rats are dying. There's a dead squirrel. The toxic fallout really is causing quite a lot of problems. It is devastating. Oh, there's a little fire there. Is that a boom? Oh, that's a boom rat. So that's exploded and started a little fire as well. So yeah, it's really, really causing a lot of devastation. Now, what I don't know is how quickly, let's say it goes away, how quickly do the animals come back into the area so I can hunt them again and go and get a load of meat? I don't know, because currently all the meat out there is rotting. I can't use this. It's rotting and horrible. So they're going to die and immediately start rotting, which is understandable because they're covered in radioactive dust. I entirely get that. So a new animal is going to come in really, really quickly, or do we have to wait for ages? I don't know. I do not know. I guess we'll find out, but at the minute, there's not much we can do. There's an awful lot of spaceship sort of chunks lying around. We could do going to go and grab those at some point. Obviously not right now. Let's not send people out into the horrific sort of the nuclear wasteland. And the second sculpture's done. So this is the big one. So it's person size. The name of it is Goodwill number BVXVJ. Well, okay, that's not a number, but okay, we'll let that slide. This piece portrays Maggie Mags Doan inscribing her name on a large sculpture. Oh, it's a little bit meta, with a satisfied expression on her face. Mags lifts the large sculpture, seemingly without effort. The work is shaded in hues of blue and purple. This depiction tells the story of Mags completing work on a large sculpture on the 7th of April, May 501. Oh, that's a little bit sort of Inception-esque, isn't it? So she's made a piece of art about herself completing a piece of art, that's very clever. I'm a little bit weird how it can portray her inscribing a name on it and also lifting it up. Or is she writing her name on it as she lifts it up? I don't know. But okay, so we've got those two. So I guess traders don't come around when there's fallout because they're all going to die. So, yeah, we just have to wait for all this fallout to clear. We've got ourselves 120 meals. And we've still got ourselves 1,000 rice, 282 potatoes, loads of corn. So, yeah, we've got plenty of stuff left over. We've got plenty of food. Oh, they're still going to make some more, are they? I mean, we could make some fine meals. Is that actually on the agenda? Is that what you're going to make? Are you making a fine meal? You could well be, because you're mixing the meat and whatever that is, rice. So yeah, meat and rice, apparently that's a fine meal. I guess it is in the world of Rimworld. So yeah, okay, so we've got ourselves some fine meals coming in as well, which is a good thing, because that makes people happy. But a lot of people are now out of things to do, because normally I'd have them out and about. I'd have them working in the fields, or I'd have them chopping down trees, or mining, and doing all that stuff, and hunting. But because they can't go outside, there is not much for them to do. So, well, yeah, okay, fine. Just sit back and relax. This is your time to socialise. Now, what I might do is I might build a roof. I might build a little bit of roof around the edge just here. I think we can build roof to a certain limit away from the actual wall itself. And then as long as they're under a roof, I think it's fine. I think toxic fallout means that you have to be under a roof. Any living thing not under a roof will be slowly poisoned. So we need to create a roof, and at least we can then have some people going outside and working a little bit on these sort of fields. Not on all of them, but they can at least work on, say, the things that are 3 or 4 away from the edge. So let's have a look. So it's under, is it under zone? Yeah, so build roof area. Now, how far away from the edge of a thing can a roof go? I do not know. I'm going to guess, I'm going to have a little guess at 3 tiles. I am probably entirely wrong, but let's do that. So let's say you can have 3 tiles around the edge like that, and they can come through this door and they can go out there like that, and that is going to be fine. So hopefully that'll be okay. I imagine they'll all be very eager to get on with that because it's something for them to do. They're going to be bored otherwise. Although I'm completely wrong right now. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to go and build our exciting new roof. Hello? Go and build the... Oh, because they can't go outside. Of course. Right, hang on. Zone. Expand the stay indoors and don't die area to be like that. And then 3 up there. And then 3 there as well. Now, I'm going to guess it's 3. That seems like a logical amount to sort of lean out over the edge. It's a sort of canopy roof type thing. And looking immediately, they're out just harvesting stuff. Immediately, they're like, yes, quick, let us go and do some harvesting. And Mags is on this, look. Oh, we're getting ourselves some medicine. Oh, we could have had so much medicine. Oh, you've botched the harvest. There is no opportunity to botch these. We could have had so much medicine. But then this silly nuclear fallout thing came along and ruined it all. Oh, that is infuriating. But they're all under a roof, so that's okay. Oh my goodness me, we've got the research done already. I guess because they're not doing anything else. Right, gun turrets. Absolutely. Research shooty guns, please. Okay, so we've got ourselves 7 herbal medicine. That is better than nothing. It's better than nothing. It's not quite as good as it could have been. And I mean, and all that is probably going to go all mouldy and rot as well, isn't it? And more tragically than that is that our tea is over here. This is our psychoid plants. This is our tea. And our tea is absolutely dying. We never got to this. We never got to harvest it because it's come to the point where we can harvest it while there's a load of toxic fallout, which is very, very frustrating. I wanted to make them some tea. Why has the toxic fallout come to ruin everything? It's ruined the tea. This is a disaster. Oh my word, a marriage is going to happen. Croc has proposed a lifelong commitment to Colonel. Colonel agreed and the two are now engaged. At some point in the coming days or quadrums, they will have their marriage ceremony and invite all the colonists. Consider placing a marriage spot if you want to control where the ceremony occurs. Yes, I think I might have to place a marriage spot right now because if I go outside, it's going to be a very short wedding. Do you take you? Yes. Do you take you? I think I say yes, and then we can just drop dead forever. Okay, so yeah, maybe we need to put a marriage spot on the inside. Where are they? Where on earth would a marriage spot be? Hang on, it's structure, furniture. There's an animal sleeping spot. Right, hang on. Is it under misc? Is it under misc? A marriage spot. Oh, there's a party spot. Oh, absolutely. Let's put a party spot in here. This can be where the parties go. So parties can happen here. And the marriage spot can be, I don't know, there. That'll do. In our main room. In here. So it's not in the room with all the sort of production stuff in. It's in here, which is much better than outside. Because, you know, till death do us part, which would be about 15 seconds from now. So thank you. So yeah, we'll put that inside. Marvellous. And now let's just keep time moving on and we'll see if they actually get married or not. Now that must be a bit weird for Mags. Also, look at the amount of idle people. There's just nothing for anybody to do. There's just nothing for people to do. There's no jobs. There's no jobs. We've got no stone to cut because we can't go outside and get the stone. We've got no clothes to make because we have plenty of clothes around. We don't need to make any more. A sculpture. We could make another sculpture, I suppose, but I don't really need one right now. A machining table. Is it worth looking at making something exciting in here? Hang on, we can make more stuff here. Oh, because we got that new research. Ah, we can make guns. Oh, okay, this is good. A pump shotgun, a frag grenade, EMP grenades. Yeah, how about, shall we make a pump shotgun? I don't know what we need. 3 components. We haven't got many components. Lots of people in the comments are saying, be careful of your components. They will go away and you will miss them. So maybe we won't waste it on that. Is there anything else that anybody needs to do? Can anybody do anything? It doesn't look like it. So, okay, back to just sort of idling, I guess. Okay, so the toxic fallout is a little bit inconvenient. Let's be honest. It's not really helping matters, but it is being very good for our research because people are not out and about doing stuff. You know, they're not doing one of the many million tasks that I've set them to go outside and chop down trees or mine stuff or go in the fields or go and hunt stuff. They're just sort of lounging around the base, which means they're able to get the research done. And then between them, Kunic and Colonel are doing a grand job because we've already researched. Did we research gunsmithing? So we've already got that done in this particular video. And we've done blowback operation. And we're, what, 2/3 of the way through getting gun turrets as well. Which is just brilliant. That is excellent news. So it might not be very good for anything else. It might be killing all of our crops and everything. But at least we're getting some research done. Well, whilst not much is going on, let's have a little look at what people have been talking about. Although I have just clicked on Wee Hours. And I noticed that Wee Hours has a rival. Mags is Wee Hours' rival. That can't be a good thing. That's got to be terrible. Oh, and it's all because Mags has an annoying voice. Oh, Wee Hours, I thought you were better than that. I thought you were the better person, but clearly not. So what have they been talking about? A comment about razors, fighting barbarians. Wee Hours quipped about aspen trees with Hull. Oh, how hilarious it must be. A word about lavish meals. Something about using swords. Okay. What has everyone else been chatting about? Grouses, using swords, the topic of freedom. I can't help but notice there's some lightning. No doubt that's going to start loads of fires. It is, however, raining, which is okay. Colonel chatted about cleaning. Grouses chatted about fat animals. Okay. Oh my word, gun turrets is done already. Oh, this is brilliant. Right, we can look at that. So we can look at gun turrets. It's going to come to a point where I think maybe we get all the useful things off this side and then microelectronics might come later on. That's 3,000, but that unlocks all this other stuff. Prosthetics might be quite useful. Build inexpensive prosthetic body parts to replace lost limbs. Requires a skilled doctor to attach. We could get rid of Kunic's peg leg and give her a proper leg. Well, all right, not a proper leg, a prosthetic leg, rather than just a wooden sort of stump. But I kind of want to get some of these other things underway as well. I'd like to get some of this stuff, like carpet making. Weave beautiful carpets from cloth. Granted, we don't have much in the way of cloth. Let's finish pemmican. Do you know what? That's half, well, not even that, 2/3 done. Let's finish doing that, because it makes sense to just finish that off. Right, what's everyone else chatting about? Let's go over to Hull. What are you talking about? Backgammon. Chatted about balloons. What a wonderful world this place is. Hull made calming noises toward Abrexus. What does that even mean? And then was that Hull gently hummed a song at Abrexus. Oh, that's quite nice. So Hull is being nice to Abrexus. So it's about lavish meals, Jova, barbarians, balloons. Beryl gabbed about games. That lightning was this lightning is a little bit too close. I don't like it. Can it go away, please? Kunic and Jova joked about taming crabs. Okay. You lot have fun with that. Oh, they talk about the best things. Now, this is an issue. There's a fire. There's a fire down here, relatively near to the very, very much ill and not very happy rice fields. But I think because it's raining, it will put it out. I think that is going to be extinguished pretty quickly by the rain, he says, hopefully. Come on, it's pouring with rain. There's enough rain to put out a fire on a small piece of grass. No, it's still burning. It's very resilient, that fire. But I don't think it's got anywhere to spread either. It'll just sort of burn out eventually. There we go. Pop, away it goes. No more fire issues. So yeah, we're still constrained inside. There's not really much we can do, just except keep doing research. Now, the thing about this is that maybe if we had 2 research tables, we could get double the research in. Now, I did take out a research table. I did take one away. Maybe we put it back. Maybe we put it back. Now, I took it out because in the comments somebody said, you don't need 2 research tables. But maybe if we put one in now, it will mean there's 2 people doing the research. And that means that we're going to get twice as much research done. Whilst we're trapped indoors, we might as well. So I think that might be a good plan. So, right, hang on. Where is it? Production. A research table. Simple research bench. 75 wood. Do we have any wood at all? We've got 36. We're going to have to start dismantling walls again, everybody. But we haven't got much in the way of sandstone to replace them either. We could probably start replacing some of these walls. Let's start replacing... Or do we go down here? Oh, no, there, yeah, that's wood on the outside. That will be bad. Let's replace that internal wall just there. Let's get rid of that. So structure, deconstruct that wall across there and that bit. And that'll give us some wood eventually. Now it's bedtime now, so that's fine. They can all go and have a lovely... Oh, hang on a minute. There were hearts just then. No, I'm not spying on you. I'm not watching that kind of stuff going on. But are they... There's nothing like a tumble between the sheets and left the room. Got some living times 4. Good grief, you two. Get a... I was going to say get a room. You've got a room. Okay, well done. I'll just go. Bye-bye. I think the toxic fallout is rotting the stuff in our outside storage area, which is fine because we don't care about what's here. This was just our sort of junk pile just to chuck it out of the way and get it out of the base. But I think it is causing all this stuff to deteriorate quite rapidly because they fall apart anyway because they're outside. They deteriorate because they're outside. I think maybe the toxic fallout has accelerated that because there was quite a few things in there, including, tainted bits of clothing and skeletons, essentially animal corpses. But I think now it's all falling apart. Like, yeah, that cloth bowler hat. That cloth bowler hat is not going to be there for very long. It's got a sort of, whatever that is, a strength or integrity or whatever, of 1 out of 100, which is not very much. That thing there, 56. That thing... Okay, this hyperweave parka is going to be there for a long while. That's going to be there for a heck of a long time. That's very well put together. And the dead turkey sort of skeleton, that is going to fall apart soon as well. That's been dead for 1.1 years. Can we not go and bury it or something? Right, have we taken those walls down yet? No, we have not. Come on, take the walls down. You know what's going to happen, though? Exactly what's going to happen is this. I'm going to take this apart, which is fine. So we can dismantle all the walls, which we've just done. And then they're going to put all the wood over into the thing. How much wood have we got now? 94. That means we can build a new research table, which is lovely. The instant I go to build the research table, the toxic fallout is going to clear, isn't it? It's just going to clear. That's what's going to happen. I know the way this game works a little bit. It seems like that is what would happen with this game. Right, so also furniture. Pop a dining chair down. Absolutely. Right, get that done. And then also we want to go to structure. And let's get sandstone walls, because why wouldn't we? There we go. Right, more sandstone used up. But it's replacing wooden walls, which we don't really want anyway. So that's no bad thing. And then, yeah, we're getting down here. Are we going to start building this thing? Because it'd be good if we could get the research table constructed and get double research speed. That's got to be a great thing. Right, pemmican is done. We are flying through the research. What's Devil's Strand? Slow-growing mushroom that yields a heat-resistant plant fibre. I don't know why we might want that. I'm not entirely sure about that. Okay, packaged survival meals. They might be quite good. They never go bad. That might be quite good. We've got nutrient paste done. Fire foam. Construct fire foam poppers. Automatic fire safety devices which spread fire retardant foam. That could be useful. That could be useful. Biofuel refining. Okay, fine. So that's a refinery. This is armour. Do you know what? I'm quite tempted to get this smoke pot belt thing. It's only 300. Or an auto door. They automatically open without slowing anyone down. I like the idea of that as well. But let's get drug production. And that might lead down to here to medicine production. So let's get that under our belt first. Let's do that. And then hopefully, yeah, we can have double research. If we get this research table constructed quick enough. So Hull is working on the chair, which is a normal quality chair. Yay for the normal quality chair. Oh, and they've used the wood to make the... They've used the wood to make the chair and not the research table. Okay, let's take apart some more walls. Yes, there we go. So Kunik and Mags, our research team, are now both working on research and they're having a little chat as well. And that is going up quite quickly indeed. You can see, normally that's relatively slow. That's relatively slow, particularly when there's other stuff going on which requires going outside, when they're mining and farming and hunting and all that kind of stuff. Then yeah, that's normally not going up that quick, but that is going up at an absolute pace. That is wonderful. Okay, so we replace some more walls as well, because we might as well. We've not got much else to do, I'm afraid. We're just sort of idling around. And I am a little bit concerned. I know that we're obviously going, yeah, we've got loads of food. I'm a little bit concerned that our food reserves, they're not running out. They're not running out by any stretch of the imagination, but They're not quite as plentiful as they were, and I feel like we could have had an absolute mound of food in reserve. And unfortunately, this toxic fallout is lurking around for a long time, and it's still causing us some problems. But okay, well, it looks like the next thing that's going to happen is that this research will be complete. Oh yes, go research team. So now drug production is done, so we can build a drug lab for basic drug synthesis. Okay. That sounds intriguing. Right, what do we want to get next? What is psychite refining? What does that do? Refine psychite leaves into flake and yayo. Different forms of... Yeah, that sounds a bad thing. I don't want to get addicted to like a horrific sort of mind-altering drug. Wake up production. Synthesized wake up. A work performance enhancing drug which replaces the need for sleep. Well, that's just going to end badly, isn't it? Go juice. Okay, fine. So that makes you better at shooting and fighting and dulls the pain. Okay, so that's like a war kind of drink. Okay, fine. And then whatever that is, that blocks plague. Oh, we've got some of that. We've got some of that stuff, I think. But do we need to get that, really? Do we need that? Or shall we start getting some of these other things in? Like a tube television. Sounds like a fun thing to have. And that might make them very happy indeed. That might make them really happy. If they've got a TV to watch, that's going to bring their mood right up. Because that's a good recreational activity. At the minute, the only recreation they've got is talking to each other, doing whatever they're up to in the bedroom, or playing chess, or lobbing horseshoes at a stick. And I mean, they can't lob horseshoes at a stick right now because that's outside and that'll be bad. So, yeah, maybe a television might be a good thing for them to have. I think maybe we'll get that. Or prosthetics. Do you know what? Let's get prosthetics, actually. We'll get prosthetics and then get a television. Because that's only 600. And yeah, the speed that the research is going now, they will have that done in no time. Oh, and check that out. There is our turret. A portable automatic turret. Requires steel to refurbish its barrel after heavy use. May explode when damaged. Yeah, its dumb AI brain can't be directly controlled, so beware of friendly fire. Okay, so we can make it out of steel, or plasteel, or gold, or silver. Why would we choose to make it out of gold? Why would you use... Why would you use 600 of your precious gold to make a shooty gun? That seems a bit crazy. But okay, yeah, so steel. So what does it do? So if we were to say put it there, it would draw power from this thing, which is fine. So it's near the grid. So it's got itself some power. And it would shoot anything within that range. Oh, that's quite good. So we want to position them around the perimeter, if you like. Oh, okay, right. Well, I'm quite happy that we can build those. That's a useful thing to have. Now this is a problem. So we have animal starvation. Michael is starving because there is no more kibble. And there's no more kibble because we've got no more meat. So I might have to let the animals into our little food area down here. Although I'm not that bothered. We've got 116 meals and we've got a massive load of food in reserve up there. So they could just go and eat some simple meals. I'm not that bothered right now because I think we should, and we're going to get some stuff from here. Oh, is that nearly ready to harvest? Oh, it nearly is. So yeah, we're going to get some stuff from here anyway. We're going to get some potatoes and some, maybe a bit of rice from over there. So we'll top that up a little bit. So I think for now, whilst we're in crisis situations, while we can't go and hunt anything, let's bring the animals into here. Let's let them come and have a little look at what's going on in the kitchen area. I mean, it's a bit cold in there. It's a bit cold in the sort of the freezer, but that's absolutely fine. So let's go through, expand animals indoors, please. Right, you can come through that door and you can go to just there. You can maybe poke your nose into the first 2 bits. So now you should, imagine Michael the dog is and immediately come down here, is he? And get something to eat. Yes. Oh, thank goodness for that. Michael the dog has eaten some food. Yay! Right, okay, animals, you can all come in. I love the way they poke their heads in now. They just sort of come in going, what's happening in here? Hey guys, how are you? But yeah, they're coming in, they're having a look around. They're probably eating all our food. But do you know what? That's okay. As long as they stay alive, that's good. Now, what happened? Where's the baby camel? You're not going to have the baby camel. You. Where's the baby camel? How is that going? Your late stage pregnancy. So you're very slow to move. Oh, this is great. And you've got a bad back. Oh dear, that doesn't help either, did it? But okay. So that can't be too far away. That can't be too far away. If it's late stage pregnancy, the only thing is they're going to have to get used to eating simple meals and not, proper animal food. But never mind. Oh, okay, and go research team. And we have finished research on prosthetics. Oh, this is brilliant. We're getting so much research done. This is remarkable. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to do television. Now, there's probably people watching this going, no, don't do television. Learn about flak armor or long blades or all these other things. But do you know what? No, I want our guys to have the option to watch some television. Cocoa does sound interesting because we can make chocolate. And also, it's valuable on the market too. So we could have cocoa trees. That does sound like a fun thing to do. We've done a little bit of the tree sowing research anyway, so maybe we'll do that later. This, however, is going to take a bit longer to research. It takes 1,000 research points, so it's going to take a little bit longer than, say, some of the other things. But there we go. So let's research a television for them. Because why the heck not? Why wouldn't we? They've been here for long enough. We need to give them something better to do because they are all going to start slowly going a little bit out of their minds. Although they've coped this far, I guess. And do you know what? I think that's a good point to leave it for now. We've got to a good point. We've set the research up for next time. We've got ourselves an okay amount of food. We've got ourselves plenty of food in reserve. Although this is a little bit frustrating, this Fallout, because I was hoping to get this load of food into our stores, and then when winter comes around, we wouldn't have to care. We would not have to care at all. We'd have so much food. Now, I'm not entirely sure whether we'll get much out of these. I don't know. It depends how long this silly Fallout lasts. If it could just clear off, that would be great. But yeah, it depends how long that lasts, because I think we might be struggling across winter, because we've got to go through the whole of fall/autumn, whatever you want to call it. So we've got to go through the whole of that season, and then maybe stuff will grow. I don't know. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But it's unfortunate that I just wanted to get loads of food in reserve for winter so we didn't have to worry. And I now just have this nagging doubt in the back of my mind that perhaps we might be a little bit struggling over winter. Not really badly. Hopefully there will be some animals. Hopefully there'll be some life out there for us to, go and hunt again at some point. But yeah, if not, that is going to be a bit of an issue. That is going to be a bit of an issue. But do you know what? We'll have to deal with that. We'll have to deal with that next time. So yeah, summer's going to end. It's going to roll round to autumn/fall, and let's see how we get on. Will the toxic fallout go away? I really hope it does. Although it's really good for our research, it's not good for everything else. So yes, hopefully it will clear off soon. We shall see. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you have, then please do leave a like. That would be most splendid indeed. And also, if you are not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with how we get on here in Rimworld. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I will see you next time.
How much cake did you have?
Not a lot, you buggered off to the door. Blah, can I be sick down our back? Oh good, there's nothing creepy about some mysterious, ethereal humming. Oh no, Mum's been on the gin again. Mum's been on the gin and she's been watching rom-coms. Oh Mum, no, what have you done?